No cartoons playing in the living room, no cereal bowls clinking in the kitchen, no laughter from the hallway where our kids usually raced each other like the floor was lava. Just silence. My heart thudded against my ribs as I stood in the doorway of our home, suitcase still in hand. I wasn't supposed to be back until Sunday. The company conference ended early. Budget cuts tightened schedules. I'd imagined surprising my wife, Elena, maybe even taking the kids out for ice cream. Instead, I stepped into a house that felt emptied of warmth. Elena called. Kids. No answer. Only the faint tick of the kitchen clock, each second puncturing the stillness like tiny, precise blades. That's when I saw it. Her laptop open on the couch, a hotel booking confirmation still on the screen. The Hilton. Downtown. I swallowed hard. She had told me she'd be leaving tonight for a business trip to Chicago. She had said she wouldn't be back until Tuesday. She had hugged me, kissed me goodbye, and promised to text when she landed. Except she wasn't gone. She was in a hotel 20 minutes from here. Something inside me cracked like thin ice under too much weight. I told myself there could be a reasonable explanation. Maybe plans changed. Maybe she needed rest. Maybe she was meeting a coworker locally first. But if that was true, why leave her laptop open like she'd run out the door in a rush? Why take the kids with her? I grabbed my keys again, hands trembling, pulse loud in my ears. The Hilton was bright and polished, all gold chandeliers and spotless marble floors. I walked to the front desk, every step tugging the thread, unraveling my world. "Hi," I said, voice too tight to control. My wife, Elena Stone, checked in earlier. "What room is she in?" The receptionist, a young man with careful politeness, tapped on his keyboard. "Yes, she's with 2 children. Suite 428. My chest tightened. She had checked in hours before I came home. She said her husband might stop by later, the receptionist added, offering a practiced smile. "You're welcome to go up." I didn't remember walking to the elevator. I didn't remember pressing the button. All I remembered was the weight, like grief that hadn't fully formed yet, settling in my ribs. Was this overthinking? Paranoia? Or instinct? The kind that knows when love is bleeding out behind a closed door? Outside room 428 I heard voices. A man's voice. Familiar in the way a nightmare feels familiar even when you can't name its shape. And Elena's voice. Soft, warm, laughing. The kind of laugh she hadn't given me in months. My breath left me in a sharp exhale. I didn't knock. Couldn't. My hands wouldn't move. Instead, the door swung open on its own. Our son Leo, only 6, stood in the doorway grinning up at me. "Daddy," he said brightly. "Mom said you were working. Come see, Sol is here." Oh, that name hit me like a fist. Sol was her coworker, the one she insisted was just a friend. The one whose text messages she deleted. The one she said understood her better because they worked the same job and had the same stress. The one I had been told not to worry about. Leo pulled me inside before I could breathe. There he was, Sol, sitting on the couch in casual clothes like this was normal, like this was home. Elena sat beside him, close. Too close. Her smile froze when she saw me. "Michael," she whispered. "You're home early." My voice came out low, rough, unfamiliar even to me. "Yes. Conference ended early. Figured I'd surprise you." "Looks like I did." Sol shifted uncomfortably. Elena stood. It's not what you think," she said. My jaw clenched. "Then tell me what it is." The truth didn't come quickly. Bled out. She said they were planning a pitch for work. She said bringing the kids made it easier than hiring a sitter. She said I never understood how much pressure she was under. Every excuse was another needle driven into raw skin. Why not just tell me? Yes. Why a hotel? Why lie about going out of state? Her eyes shimmered, but I couldn't tell if it was guilt or frustration. "I needed space," she whispered. "You've been distant. You've been buried in work, in deadlines, in everything except me. So you brought another man for company?" Yes. Sol stood, hands in surrender. Look, I should go. No, I snapped. You stay. You're already here. Leo and his sister, Abby, watched from the bedroom doorway. Confused. Worried. Too young for this kind of fracture. Kids, I said gently, forcing my voice steady. Why don't you go watch a show in the other room? Elena hesitated, but she didn't stop them. She didn't say stay. She didn't say listen. She just watched them go, like she didn't know how to hold on to anything anymore. When the door closed behind them, I asked the question I had to ask. Are you cheating on me? Silence. A silence so heavy the room bowed under it. Finally she inhaled and broke. Not physically, she said. But yes, emotionally I have. I didn't mean to. It just happened. I felt something hollow out inside me. Like my bones were being scraped clean from the inside. Soul stepped closer, voice gentle. Too gentle. We didn't plan this. We just connected. She's unhappy, man. My fist clenched. I wanted to hit him. Not because violence would fix anything, but because betrayal needs somewhere to land. But the kids were in the next room. Their world didn't need to shatter more than it already was. I let go of the anger, even though it carved me open to do it. Elena, I said quietly, do you want to be with him? She didn't answer right away. She looked at the carpet, the coffee table, anywhere but me. Finally, I don't know. Those 3 words hurt more than yes. More than no. Because uncertainty meant there was still a part of her that had left me long before this moment. We talked for hours. About what we were. What we had lost. What she needed. What I failed to see. And in every sentence, I felt the years of love tangled with years of resentment and unmet expectations. We weren't perfect. I worked long hours. She felt overlooked. We stopped touching without noticing when it started. We stopped kissing like we meant it. Pain is never just one person's fault. But betrayal, that was a choice. At some point, Soul slipped out quietly. He didn't say goodbye. He didn't need to. Elena and I sat beside each other on the couch. 2 strangers wearing the memories of a marriage like clothes that didn't fit anymore. We drove home in silence. The kids slept in the back seat. Faces soft, untroubled, unaware that tomorrow their family might look different. At home, Elena stood in the doorway, coat still on, hands shaking. Do you hate me? She whispered. Closed my eyes. I wanted to say yes. I wanted to release all the hurt like fire in a dry field. But hate is easy. Love is harder. No, I said. I don't hate you. But I don't trust you. And I don't know if I can again. Her tears fell, slow and quiet. Then what do we do? Here's the truth, I didn't know. We spent weeks in therapy. Some sessions ended in hope. Others in slammed doors and silence. Some mornings she reached for my hand. Some nights I slept on the couch. The road back was jagged, uneven, bleeding. We're still walking it. But here is what I tell myself, on the good days and the wrecked ones. Love isn't proven when things are easy. It's tested in the aftermath. In the rebuilding. Or in the letting go. Whether our marriage survives or collapses beneath the weight of what happened, I don't know yet. Neither does she. But we're trying. One wound at a time. One breath at a time. Because betrayal doesn't end a story. It begins a new chapter. And it demands we decide how we write the rest.